Oops. Guten Morgen. It's cold. I think it's going to get to about 11. Bit breezy, not too bad. I'm just having a coffee in a local coffee shop. It's got fairly good internet, so I thought we'd try say good day. Last couple of days in Germany before we go home. Looking forward to getting home, actually. As in our coffee, our bed. If you've ever travelled, you know what I'm talking about. But it's been a good trip. Very sad in Frankfurt, the amount of homeless people.
But they're mainly what's the name?
Mainly Romani,
Gypsies.
sadly. Gypsies. Not all of their disadvantage. I think it's wrong to do that.
95% of the gypsies you can tell.
Yeah, I'll let you explain that to them. You know how the angle is of the angle.
I forgot my ears. Yep, that's fine. I forgot my ears this morning. Yeah, 95% of them you can tell are the Romanov gypsies. I could be walking past a relative because my grandma was full gypsy. So that could be interesting. But no, we've been told actually, hey Johnny P, we've been actually told not to give to them because they...
It's JP there, the legend of the Gold Coast.
Because they actually pester you and the shop owners actually shoo them away. So
Another coffee?
yeah, they tell you not to give.
Madam, I'll be back with your coffee in a moment.
And it is... I think his battery's low. I have to see if I've got my other charger on me. It is really, really sad what you see. Like I know Frankfurt's just one city. Like down Stuttgart and where we went, the other towns out of Frankfurt, it's fine. Like they're still around, but not as bad. But it's an eye opener. Whoops, sorry. Phone keeps falling. Yeah. Oh, we've had lots of different German beers. We found a Dunkelbier, which is dark, really nice. I've got to say the red wines in Germany have been superb. I've just got to see if I've got my portable charger because seats battery's low. What was I going to say? So I'm sort of glad with little towns, but this is all things you learn when you travel and you pass this info on to other people.
Hello.
Your battery's low, and of course we didn't bring any of that, so I hope this is charged because I haven't actually checked it.
Okay.
I'll turn it around back on you for
Turn around back on me just to put the old charger in.
make sure it works.
You got to press anything? Or should
No,
just
with
work?
mine you don't have to press.
Should be good. JP says he's making his way through the bits. Yeah, JP, it's been a great tour. Like you, probably our favourite. And if we came back this way, we'd spend maybe a month or two in Ireland. Beautiful.
And I would come back to Germany, but I would go like to the other, back to the little towns out of Frankfurt.
Yeah, it's very sad here in Frankfurt, like I say. It's some of the weird laws here, like they actually can on the spot fine
How they pay.
people who sleep on the street, but they got no money. And if they put them in their jails, it costs them to keep them in there, so the police just tolerate it.
But we did see every night at about 8:30 a big trail of them.
Yeah, a big trail of homeless went one way,
past.
which is probably going to a place to sleep or a shelter, I guess. But they're we've only been sitting here. How far away is Hamburg? That far?
I haven't,
I don't know.
I haven't sort
Google
of
it.
got time to do all that.
Yeah.
It's things you learn when you book a trip. You
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. It's well laid out, the city. It's got great facilities, but just many, many, many homeless. We just sat here and a couple came up, and we've been told not to give them in bits and pieces. But oh yeah, did you? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the UK is familiar to me because I came from there, but one of the points that we both agreed on in London in particular, very hard to find an Englishman. When you go to Ireland, you get served by the Irish, you speak to, they all just walk up to you. We're like Aussies, JPs, you know. It's,
Oh,
Danke.
okay.
thank you. Yeah, just got another coffee. Is good. Yeah, but in Ireland, it's it's like being in Australia, JP. I don't know what your thoughts on that are. On several occasions, we did a couple of live hangouts, and the Irish just walk up. One guy came and started singing. I think he's saying Waltzing Matilda or something, and then an old lady just approached and sat, just plonked herself down, said g'day, which is what people in Australia do. London, like I say, it's a great city to visit, but don't expect to see any Englishmen. They've all left. And I think half of them were here last night. Chelsea played
Oh, my
Frankfurt
God.
in a soccer match, and I'm not kidding you. There was right where, and it was funny. There's a German police officer got on the loudspeaker and told the boys when to move on to the train to get to the stadium, which is only up the road. But all the problems are the same. In London it was the same. There was a big match with Chelsea and someone else at Stamford Bridge, and we were in Earl's Court, which is just down the road from Stamford Bridge. And they closed the roads, and hundreds of them, like warriors, go up and down the streets. It's quite funny. The boys just get, like we're sitting outside a coffee shop near our hotel, and all English do the same thing every match, before the match. And this is like 6 hours before the match. They all get pissed. And then they get on the train and they go to the soccer match, and what the fuck? And they don't see any of that because they're too pissed. It was funny just watching it. And all the German police, they look like an action man, all the German police. Helmets, anything you can imagine on their belts,
Cameras.
a couple of guns. It's
Camera.
funny. This is the best coffee we've had, because most of the coffee is very weak and milky, which is, I don't know, it's the way they have it, I guess. But we've got cappuccinos and they taste like coffee, which is good. But definitely, if you're going to come to Europe, go to Ireland. Wherever you are in the world, they're very friendly people. Come to Australia. We're quite friendly too, JP, aren't we? But like I say, it's just what it is in London. There's hardly anyone spoke English. You go into a restaurant and struggle to understand the waitress, English menu and all that, and they go, oh, blah, 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 blah. They go, one of those, mate. What's been the best feed we have? Actually, I'll be honest with you, some of the soups in Ireland were just magnificent. What's the best food you've had? I'll put you back to the boss.
Enjoyed the food all over. I got my German food, my homemade noodles and that was good. The Germans can't make pizzas, I'll tell you that.
No, not very good at food.
Pizzas are not good. Hummus.
Hummus.
No, it's good trying all the different foods and the beer and stuff like that.
Street food's magnificent. I've got a little video I haven't put up yet of yesterday. We did that, didn't we?
Num num num.
We didn't
Yeah,
put that up.
you've got a little bit of the police you can put up later. Oh man, I tell you what, they're fully decked out, the cops are.
Yeah, like the action man. I mean, I used to be in uniform myself, and I had a fair bit on my belt, but they everything.
Including cameras, like proper big video cameras.
That's this
Have
cold?
you found reasonably priced food? Yes, yes.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, we found across from where we're sitting right now, there is an actual Aussie pub come
Called Kakadu.
cafe called Kakadu.
And I walked in and said, "Where's?"
Stand Muslim Germans. Not many, as in Germans, yeah. But I wouldn't come to Frankfurt again. It's friggin' freezing. The wind. Well, it's supposed to possibly snow in Stuttgart,
Tuesday.
which is only
Hour away.
an hour away, so that's probably why it's so cold here. So I don't want snow. Before we
I gotta
go.
tell them this story. I got to tell you this story. Pete, we're waiting at the train station in Stuttgart to go to Frankfurt a few days ago, and the missus asked the train station guy which platform and when, and he said that.
Yeah, luckily.
Still went to Frankfurt, but he went to Frankfurt Airport instead of Frankfurt main station. And the ticket holder guy answered, "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You might have to pay the full price." So what we did, we got on a slower train. Hello, Nick.
No, it was a faster train.
Hello, MB. But long train. In the end, he said, "Oh, I won't charge you the full price. It charges
17 euros.
€17 or something." So we got on a slower train, I reckon it was. Went to a different place and had to pay for the privilege of being on a slower train.
But then we
saw the funny side.
But we didn't actually have a ticket to go from
No.
Frankfurt Airport to Frankfurt Main, which was only 3 stops away. Just lucky we didn't have another
Yeah.
inspector.
You tell the story.
We got lucky that it still went to Frankfurt. Then we had to change and go over, I don't know, 4 or 5 escalators, and then finally get to Frankfurt Main. Hey Nicole.
We'll take a little video of the train station because it's really good.
Yeah, the train stations alone have heaps of shops in there. So it's been an adventure. Oh, so you like the Vegemite, Nicole? Oh, good. Yeah, my German rellies like it too. I gave them some and they have it for breakfast. Do you put it on thin or thick, Nicole?
Stick it on thick.
Are we ready to come home? Yes, only because the hotel and the guys in this Frankfurt hotel, I know the Germans are arrogant. When I say that, believe me. Most part, 99% of the trip's been good, the Germans have been great. But this Frankfurt, yeah, thin, yeah. Oh, okay. We'll try and watch it later. Nicole made a video.
Okay.
Yeah. Me to hold my tongue. I don't think they realise that I understood and understand German and can actually speak it because one guy was sort of having a bit of an argument with Alan, and we tried to explain that to the guy that I don't know, maybe
No
could
big
chuck
deal.
no big deal, maybe chuck breakfast in or whatever. But anyway, he was quite rude. Listening to him talk, he didn't say anything nasty, but he was sort of basically saying bloody Aussies or whatever. And of course I'm standing there and I can totally understand him, but they don't know. Just waiting. They say the wrong thing, well I'll let them have it in German, I tell you.
The guy walking past there is about 7 foot tall.
Yeah, I can put it back on you.
Yeah, but you get the bumps and the slides when you're travelling around. It's not your area, it's not your territory. Germans are straight to the point, and it sounds like they're being a bit aggressive, but it's just the way they talk. JP, it's got to go on thick.
No, thin Vegemite.
Yeah, you can't stick Vegemite on as a smear.
Yes.
Probably about a 1/4 inch thick on a piece of toast, Nicole. About 3 of those little capsules on one bit of toast.
I can't even
Layer
remember
it.
what I sent up. What do you think of the Tim Tams?
I don't know, what did you think of the Tim Tams? The missus is asking Nicole. Did you like them? sort of one of the most favourite biscuits in Australia. I have a couple, but everyone loves them. What they do, if you've got a Tim Tam, you bite one corner off and then the opposite corner off, and stick it in a coffee and suck it. And then you've got to put it in your mouth real quick as we go. She ate them. I don't know if you can get Vegemite in the UK. Not sure. Maybe you can. I don't like Marmite. The wife says behind me over there, it says cigar place. I'll see 3 older women go in there. So I ain't going to go in there for a lap dance. Great lap.
You're not even reading the
Place, Nicole. Yeah.
And then there's a sex shop just for men.
There's a sex shop. There's sex everywhere in Frankfurt.
And it's
I should take you for a tour, Nicole, on all the sex shops in Frankfurt. Yeah, you're probably getting a bit of buffering. We're using internet from the cafe, so apologies for that. But it is. Oh, look, a bit of sunshine. You better look at it now because there's clouds following it. It's going to snow in a couple of days. The trip's been good. Really enjoyed it. Would like to spend a lot more time in Ireland, but it was what it was. That's my breath, not my cigarette. It's about 10 degrees. Mind you, back home, when we land, it's going to be about 20, which is cool for us, heading into our winter. But got a lot of things to do when we get home, so we're looking forward to that. Getting back to our own dunny. No, this is the bit, I mean, listen to this, JP. 50 gram tobacco in Australia is $80. That's what it is. 50 gram in Germany is €5, or about $8, $9 for 50 gram. So our tobacco price in Australia is about 8 times for about €3, which is, I don't know, $4 or $5. It's not, I mean, it's income based, Nicole. People earn more in Australia than they do here. But I had we'd had that steak, I think it was Ireland. I had a big steak, salad, chips, €10. Cheap as chips. I know that steak would have cost me $25 back home. But I'm going to try, in Frankfurt, there's a Mexicana restaurant. So I'm going to have a few tacos, and you're going to have...
I don't know.
She'll get... well, it wasn't really a street organised, wasn't it? Like big vans. So I put a video up. Fishmonger, butcher, all well, like big vans. Some of those were really big vans. Plenty of different burot, in other words, bread stands. They love their bread. I went down to the hotel early this morning and with grain in it, or they would have pretzels. Yeah. That's their breakfast. They have bread for breakfast, basically. Nearly everybody walking past had a little bag or something. But not many smiles. There's a lot of, I don't know. Don't think they're unhappy. Maybe they're unhappy because they're going to work. But what's that? Probably. What's that? What does that say?
This is the delivery truck. He's delivering food. It's all natural.
It's got a penguin on the side.
It's natural. Alles gut. Naturally art.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, Nicole. Like I say, I only met one Manc when we were staying in that hotel, and it was good. Listen to the old dialect, if you like. But there wasn't many Mancunians in Manchester. Maybe they've all moved to Australia. But I suppose It was good to go back to the UK, but disappointing in the fact that there doesn't seem many Englishmen left. Maybe they've all moved to Majorca. Poms in Frankfurt going to the footy, and about 1,000 police. But the police were used to it, all these drunk Poms, and in fact a lot of the pubs have tables and chairs outside like here, but they removed them all yesterday, they know. So there was hundreds of Poms standing up in like penguin groups.
And a massive announcement.
I don't know, I think there's a resentment from the English to what's happened over the last 40, 50 years, is that they're now cosmopolitan. And when I was a kid in the UK, that was not the case. Probably the only thing I remember as a kid, there was some Pakistanis in an area of Manchester. But now there's every race and creed like there is in Australia, no different. But like I say, they're not that friendly, as in, I think everyone, you know, if you say good day to somebody, you think, what does he want? What's he doing? Which is not what Australians are all about at all.
I'm popping it out now.
Had enough coffee?
Done.
Okay. You want to say good day to them before you go?
Yeah, because that needs charging. You don't have to say hi to people. Yeah, but we like to say hello. The wind's picking up. Yeah, even you Australians, yeah.
I suppose how I could sum it up is that when different peoples from different countries move to Australia, they become Australianised. They do. You can stop and speak to a Sri Lankan, African, or whatever, and they're very much Australian in the way that they approach you. In other words, there's no aggression. You know what I mean, JP? When you walk the streets of different cities around the world, there's that little overtone of don't talk to me and whatever. But I've never felt that in my own country ever. The classic is you go to Central Station in Sydney and no one speaks English, but they're all quite friendly. There's no overtones of, you know, you shouldn't be here or whatever. So I don't know, maybe that's the case in the UK, Nicole, where there's a little bit of resentment that a lot of England's been removed and multiculturalism's taken over. I hope to visit one day. So you come into Australia, eh? Yeah, if you go to Central Station, good luck speaking English in Sydney. But like I say, there's no for some years, hopefully. So you're going to start an online. I was thinking of asking you why why don't you start some type of online business to make some income, Nicole?
Yeah, because she looks after her mum.
Yeah, you're at home and you look after your mum, and you can, with an online business, you don't have to be there all the time. Just get the sales and package the goods and send them off, whatever it is you want to send. If you're in Frankfurt, it'd be sex items, because there's sex shops everywhere. And I'll give you the secret to any business. If you're good at something, whatever that is, you generally look for products that you're in that area of what you know and your skills. Secret, if you're good at something or you enjoy something, find the products that associate with that, and then you become expertise in those areas. In other words, you can offer good customer service to people. I can't sell my skills, I get arrested for prostituting. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you could just do online pitches, phone sex. I don't know, Nicole. Figure it out. Hello, JP. What are you wearing?
Why in French?
I don't know. I got a French Canadian guy that every time I ask, what are you wearing? I said shorts and a t-shirt. But that is the secret to any online business, to be honest with you. You can sell anything. You just become a middleman. In other words, you buy from a wholesaler and you resell. I know I'm already British with an American twang. I haven't heard any American twang that you got down there. Not like it sound more like, I don't know, cosmopolitan, Mancunian. No, you don't sound American at all, mate. At all. But so think about it. What you do, you get a pen and paper, you write down the things you like. Otherwise, what you would buy and what you're good in. Over here, people ask you where from in America. Okay. I don't hear one twang, not even a twing. But think about that. Get a bit of pen and paper, write down the things that you like and what you're good at, other than prostitution. And then work out where you can buy. Go online, look for wholesaling. And for being a retailer, but you need an ABN, Australian business number in Australia. And then you can buy at wholesale prices. In Australia, he'll want your ABN number. Then you get a wholesale price. Oh, another burst of sunlight. I think we're getting our daily quota. Look at that. That's not an atomic bomb, that's the sun. But yeah, that's the secret, Nicole. Think about what you're good at, other than what we spoke of, and look at the products that you might like to sell. Could be makeup, I don't know. But that's the way to do it. If you go into an area of business that you don't know much about, you're in a dangerous area. Otherwise, you might pay a higher price than you should do for wholesale, and then you struggle to sell at retail. Do you? No, it's true though. You'll be successful if you know your products and you know the customer base. That's one of the simple things in business, is to know your market.